whole idea about community policing is so crucial to having that relationship happen so that the police is not always seen in the negative.
In Evanston, we care a great deal about building rapport and relationships with the community because it is the best way that we can be effective and efficient in providing the service to this community.
Our ultimate goal, obviously, is to reduce crime to its minimal levels. But the only way for us to be effective and do that is to have a great, close relationship with the community we serve. Well, we have a problem-solving team that's comprised of 10 officers. Those officers are assigned to specific geographic locations in Evanston.
We pretty much have everything that you need in Evanston, and that makes it very diverse. People from all different backgrounds and cultures live and work here in Evanston. As a police officer, I think obviously the most important thing that we do is just keeping the community safe. As a community police officer, it would be just the constant contact that we have just enhances the relationships that we build. So it really goes a long way with a community person just knowing they have an officer that they can contact directly to get problems addressed.
See you next time. You come back and visit us. Of course, I know you'll call me if you need me, though, right?
Absolutely.
I know.
The connection is between the community and the police. So we can't go anywhere, nobody calls us, unless we know that there's a problem there. So if we don't know there's a problem and nobody calls us, then that's where the gap is going to be, the greatest gap. So our community relations is to try to fill that gap and get people to communicate more with us as the police, which we've created multiple venues for doing so. The text-a-tip, drug tips, investigative hotline, even social services for them to be able to contact us specifically in the problem-solving team for us to try to hook them up with city services.
293.
Well, part of community policing is really kind of thinking outside the box. What traditional policing would be like, you have an issue, you either arrest someone, you write a report, to solve the problem. With community policing, we kind of take a step back and we have a little bit more time to look at the issue, to analyze the problem, and to try to solve it long term.
Community outreach and maintaining contact with the people is about efficiency. By someone making a request and I respond in a timely manner and I provide some action in whatever direction needs to be moved in order to produce a resolution, I'm being efficient, but as far as they're concerned, I'm helping them. And that's the key portion of it. Our beats in the problem-solving team are based around aldermanic wards. So that way, any requests that come through those aldermen will come right to me. Our work with the aldermen a lot of times focuses on citizen requests through them.
We get assignments directly based on complaints they receive from residents. And it's actually a pretty good partnership that we have with them. They can contact us directly and address concerns in their wards.
And that change was done a little over a year ago at the direction of the chief to streamline the communication process between the alderman and the officer, because the alderman very often receives complaints or notifications of issues going on in their ward.
I have a very good relationship with both my foot patrol officers. We keep in contact constantly. I call them for lots of things like a well-being check that we needed on a senior, only because I passed her house many times this summer and didn't see her and was worried about her. And, so we go through that kind of thing. I might call them and say, can you do this or can you do that? Or they'll call me if there's an issue in the community that we need to know about, or I need to know about what's going on. So it's a back and forth all the time.
In this ward specifically, we added 4 officers. So you have 2 foot patrol officers and 2 problem-solving team officers. And that's just to enhance the visibility and to deter crime more than usual.
The department's close interaction with the alderman is important for effective problem solving. And that's really the whole idea is, in community policing is to be effective problem solvers.
See you, boss. My name is Officer Scott Sangenberger from the Evanston Police Department Problem Solving Team. I was calling to offer you a residential security survey. I understand that you had a garage burglary on the 10th.
She wants to sign complaint, so I'm just gonna do a
You're
quick
gonna-
C-ticket.
Okay, yeah, you can do that or you can law inform them, either way. Hey, what's up?
Hey, not much. These two dudes just parked their cars here and went into that Carson building with.
Our end of this spectrum of policing is to basically be a visible solution to most of the problems. So that way, not only do people get their issues resolved, but they also see the police department at work doing it. And that helps us develop that relationship.
Part of our job is just going in and out of community centers like this one. This is the Fleetwood Jourdain Center on Foster Avenue, and just interacting with kids in a positive way. I got next. Is that cool? What's your name, man? Sean? Officer Ron. Nice to meet you. That's in. That's in. Lawyer's good. Lawyer is, you gotta do a lot of school. You gotta go to college. The first Tuesday of every month at the high school. So if you guys want, just have your parents drop you off and you go to the main office and ask them where the mentorship program is. Always at 5 o'clock. It's good for them to see the police in a non-enforcement role. A lot of times kids see police officers when something happens. So for them to see us just laid back, laissez-faire, just walking around, speaking to them, it goes a long way with how they view the police department. Now, who was the police for Halloween? Was that this young man right here?
No.
No?
I was the Hulk.
You was the Hawk for Halloween?
All right, have a good shift.
For the public to trust us, we have to be trustworthy.
To be the police officer today that I never saw in my community, to be to a little kid what I did not see from a police officer. And so it means everything to me that I'm approachable, that a kid can just say, you know, how are you today, Officer Spence? You're welcome.
The disconnect between the people and the police was something that we could fix just by having their presence. They are reaching out, and people are knowing them as people, not just as police officers. Now, they're always going to do their job, and we want them to do that. But there's another side to the policeman, and we wanted people to know that.